In this video, we will be going over your processor application. So what you'll need to begin is you'll obviously need a suitable building or facility set up for processing. You'll need a criminal background report. You'll need a driver's license, a detailed aerial photo along with GPS coordinates and outline structures. You'll also need a property owner affirmation and a copy of your lease agreement if you are leasing a facility. Alright, so in general, your processor license, you cannot grow your hemp, obviously, with a processor license, but it will allow you to take hemp that has been grown, whether you grow it or you purchase it, and alter it or process it into a more refined product, making your oils or smokable or salve, cream, anything like that. Each listed processing facility will be inspected by a regional hemp inspector at least once per year, sometimes 2 to 3 times a year, depending on how busy the operation is. Hemp stored at the facility must be clearly labeled and easily identifiable. Most processing facilities have a set labeling procedure with the date and where the farm came from. If you do have something like that where it's coded or numerically stored, just make that available for the regional hemp inspector so they can go in and walk through and easily identify anything that you have stored. So let's get started on our application. First, you'll go to agi.alabama.gov. You'll find the hemp program information tile. You'll go to the forms and application tile. After there, you'll go to your 2023 license processor application. So to begin, there are agreements or requirements that you need to read and you must understand before you get started. Now, it lays out everything you'll need beforehand, and it'll give you kind of the expectations of what will occur throughout the year. All right, so to begin the application, you'll put in your information, obviously, and it's just generic information: phone, email, birth date. We do recommend that you have an additional contact person in case of an emergency, if someone gets ill, anything like that, just to be able to offer us access anytime. The physical mailing address, that needs to be something that's checked regularly. You also need the physical address of the facility in addition to your regular mailing address. With the email address, we ask that you use an email address that's active, current, and gets checked frequently, because that is our preferred form of communication, is through email. Alright, so once you fill out the previous page and submit it, it'll carry you to the payment page. You simply just put in your credit card information and it'll carry you to the rest of your application. Alright, so once it's processed, it'll carry you to this page. Once you're at this page, it'll have the information that you previously submitted, and then you'll need to add your site, which is the first blue link that's got the arrow pointing to it on this page. Once you go there, you'll need to put in your site information. You'll need the address, and the address does not need to be the mailing address. It needs to be the address of the facility. Now, if those two are both the mailing and the address of the facility, obviously that's no problem. You'll need your aerial photo, latitude and longitude. We are not doing we're not doing degrees, minutes, seconds anymore. We're doing decimal degrees. All right. You'll also need a copy of the property owner affirmation. You can find it in this form if you'll click the blue link that says property affirmation form, and that will be signed obviously by the property owner, not the renter or lessee. Now, if you are leasing the facility, you do need a copy of your lease agreement, and it needs to extend outside of the period of your license. On the aerial photo, you can simply use your phone and take a screenshot of the aerial photo. If you look in the screenshot, it pretty much has everything. It has your degrees in decimal degrees. You see outlined, there's a processing facility, there's your lab testing facility, there's your shipping area, and then there's your parking area. Everything's outlined. If there are nearby structures, houses, anything like that, please just take the time to kind of outline those. That way we know kind of where you're at. There are requirements. You have to be so many feet away from a school or church, things like that. So just be aware of the rules and regulations. All right, so moving on to your property owner affirmation, here's just what it would look like filled out. The name of the property owner's signature, and then the address of the facility. All right, so about your processor. This will be one of the last pages you come to. You'll have your latitude, longitude. After all your documents are attached and everything submitted, we'll ask you a few basic questions. Obviously, if there is no physical address to the facility, we'll ask for, like the 911 address, and then we kind of ask for directions to how to get there, because the regional inspectors really need to know how to navigate and get to your facility. They will ask what you are processing. Obviously, if you're a fiber processor, or if you're a floral processor making oils or things like that. So that'll be just the generic information about your processing. All right, and to finish up, you'll be brought back to the last page. Make sure everything is checked in. You will need to, if you look at the top of the bottom little section where it says hemp processor / handler additional information, you will need to select if it's an individual, partnership, or other entity. Make sure your company name's spelled right. A couple other things to note. It asks about your background report, and at the very bottom, right above submit application, it has a box that says I give permission for ADAI to display my processor handler information on public view. If you're a processor and you want other people, other growers in the state, to have access to your address, your telephone number, to be able to contact you, if you click yes on that, then other people in the state can simply go to our website and look at the list of other approved processors. And that's a cheap, free way for advertisement. Your name's out there, and they can find you with your name, your contact information. So if you're looking to be doing this for the public, that is a cheap, useful tool for some free advertisement. Once everything is completely filled out, you'll just simply submit your application. So after you submit your application, you'll be hearing from us around January probably. You will get an approval email from us that says you've been approved. But as soon as you submit your application, you should get an auto-generated email from Kelly Reg System that says your processor application has been processed. That means that we simply have it, and it is waiting to be reviewed by one of the ladies in the office. If you have any additional questions about any of the forms or applications, where to find them, or help filling them out, please contact us. We also have our inspector map. If you have a question for the inspector, you can go to agi.alabama.gov /hemp/map. It'll carry you to an interactive map of the state. You simply click on the county that you're in, and it'll give you the inspector's information for that area. If you would like to call the office, you can simply just call 334-240-7230. If you prefer to contact us via email, you can email alhemp@agi.alabama.gov, and that will go to our office in general. And the secretary that responds, you'll have their information after that. But if you have any additional questions, need help with the application, please feel free to contact us. We'll be more than happy to help. Thanks for listening.